Hi, I'm your girl La La Lot, founder and CEO of Real Talk Magazine. And today I'm live in the ladies' room bringing you the topic of the day. Today we're talking about prison reform and what is really and truly being done to address the issues that hinder convicted felons, nonviolent convicted felons, probationers, and parolees. There has been several articles to date on various areas of reform for nonviolent offenders, and the top 7 issues are housing, jobs, education, training, drug abuse issues, mental health issues, and the application question. Yes, that one that deprives you of the chance to get your foot even in the door to show your qualifications. It is, have you ever been convicted of a felony? This issue has hindered a lot of people from getting jobs. In the articles to date, 3, there have been not just articles about the question on the applications. There actually been a law that is passed that state jobs can't ask this question to future state employees. And really, to speak on that, I think it's unfair, because I think if it's good enough for the state employees, and if you have to look at who the state employees are, the state employees are not just your state representatives, it's state people who are working for have government jobs, that's working for even the health department, that's working for DFACs, that's working in places that are caring for your children. If these people are being deprived to have to answer this question and be subject to scrutiny, why can't everybody get the same fair chance? Why does it have to be exclusive just for state workers? So we all need to address that, because if it's passed for the state officials and then state employees, it should be passed for everybody. I understand that they're violent offenders, and it should be a structure awareness set in place for that. Like, it should be asked if they're a violent offender. But if you're just a non-violent offender, like if you have no murder, no child abuse, no sexual assaults on your record, I don't think you should have to be subject to this question. Now, if you are a violent offender, then it should be a tighter guideline for them to have to adhere to. And what's truly being done? Governor Nathan Deal worked on a reform, and it was voted on and actually passed into law for prison reform, to stop sending so many prisoners stop sending so many violators to prison, but to send them somewhere else to seek the necessary help that they need. Now, I agree with Governor Nathan Deal on that. I also agree with his constituents in passing this law, because that's what made the overcrowding of prisons. That's what had them spending over $1.2 billion in housing inmates, when we could have been using that money to do other things elsewhere. Of course, they broke in the law. I understand that, but you have to look at the fact. If we arrested everybody, we would have over 70 million U.S. adults locked up. I mean, they've had an arrest. Maybe they have not had a conviction record of a felony, but if you putting away all of these people who have done something to break the law away, you would have over 70 million people incarcerated. And at paying $1.2 billion a year just to house these people, who's going to pay this tab? It leaves the rest of the world, the taxpayers, to homeowners small business owners to have to pay higher taxes. Even the lower class families, not even just the middle class, it's the lower poverty stricken families would have to pay more in taxes. So we need to look at all of these issues and see what we can do to resolve them. I do, however, know of a organization that is working to get off the ground that attacks all of these issues. It's called CRI, Copper, COPPER, Rose, ROSE, Inc. And they are doing everything that they can to get the proper funding, the proper building, the land for the location for this community center that will target STEM. STEM is education for ex-offenders and convicted felons, and STEM represents science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, alongside helping these people obtain GED, high school diploma, job training, and in some cases, job placement. They're working with several employers. They have a list of over 100 employers who are felon-friendly. If you're a nonviolent felon, these employers will employ you. And some of them don't even ask if you're a convicted felon on their application, such as Target and Walmart. But CRI will try and partner with the vast of these employers in order to secure employment for those members of CRI that successfully complete the program. Now, this is not a one-part segment. We will continue to attack this issue because it has violence and criminal acts have been taking over. So we will continue to speak on this and bring you all more insight, our viewers, more insight as to where to go in order to seek the help that you need. Now, for the most part, you can email me at magazinerealtalk@yahoo.com if you are interested in becoming a part of Copper Rose, Inc. If you are a nonviolent convicted felon who's in need of job training, housing, job placement, and educational needs. Even if you're in need of mental health issues and drug issues, some help for those issues, you can contact me via email, and we're trying to compile all statistics of who's in need and who's seeking the help that they need. Now, you have a lot of people who are in need, and they're ashamed to reach out to get the help, the proper help, for whatever reason. But if you're in need and you're willing to step up and stand up and say, I need the help, then contact me at magazinerealtalk@yahoo.com, and we will certainly get back in touch with you. Make sure in that email you leave me a number, your name, and an address where you can be reached via mail going out to you. And stay tuned next time for the next edition of Real Talk Magazine, coming at you live from inside the ladies' room with me, your host, La La Lot.